Hi everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that affects many of us, but is often left unspoken: bad sex. We'll uncover 5 reasons why your sexual experiences might not be as fulfilling as you'd like them to be, and how to turn things around for a more satisfying intimate life. Let's get started. Hello everyone. So let's jump into the first reason. The first reason is very basic, and usually people don't, overlook it because it's so basic. It's lack of communication. One of the biggest reasons for unsatisfactory sex is poor communication. You and your partner might have different needs, desires, or boundaries that are being expressed. Open and honest communication is key to understanding each other's preferences and ensuring both partners are satisfied. Now, communication is not only important with your partner, but also with yourself. Do you know your body? Do you know your pleasure? Do you really know the needs and the subtle sensations that your body craves, yearns for, and that heal you or disgust you? Do you have an open relationship and communication with your own body and all the inner aspects of yourself? So to get to know your inner aspects, you can read my book, The Sex Priestess Manual, and also considering taking the online Sex Priestess initiation. I only take on 3 women a year to work with one-on-one. So I made the book and I made the online initiation, so it's available and flexible for every woman. So it's a kind of sort of a self-initiation that will demand your integrity, your self-communication, and self-care, and also a high commitment, a lot of commitment. So this path of a divine woman is a path of commitment not only to ourselves, but also to the Divine Mother and to the Divine Feminine energy in general in the world, because when you are healing, when you are on a path of your own inner Divine Feminine, you are healing the entirety of the Divine Feminine on this planet, as well as the Divine Masculine, by the way. So we serve and we allow the Divine Mother to live through us on this path. So, the goddess that craves to experience her full pleasure through your body, that is the commitment to this work. So by communicating with all the different parts within you as well, you are also committing to the Divine Feminine herself and the Great Mother, who wishes to live through us all now and birth a new world. Now let's go to reason number 2. Oops. Okay, so let's go to reason number 2. Communication takes us to the next reason, which is lack of self-awareness. Understanding your own body and what pleases you is crucial for a good sex life. This is for both men and women. If you're not in tune with your own desires and responses, it can be challenging to guide your partner. So take the time to explore your own body and understand what feels good for you. There are endless practices that you can play with to connect to your own body. For many women, this is even more crucial because this dark masculine society for way too long, way too many generations, have been programming us to be disconnected from the body. And a lot of trauma, all the trauma that women are feeling and carrying in our spirit, in our body, in our heart, in our mind, especially in our womb, is also causing us to subconsciously disconnect and detach from our body in many ways. Most of them are very subtle and we're not aware of it. Most of them are very subconscious. So I highly recommend to read, again, the Sex Priestess Manual. It's a huge book, but it's a basic book it's like a huge book, but it's only the basics, really, because the path of self-initiation for the Sex Priestess is endless. I've only just begun sharing the information for the Sex Priestess. There's so much more, and there's so much more that I cannot share in a book or on an online course that I have to share face to face with women. So hopefully for the future, for our private ceremonies and retreats that we're going to do in circles, I'm so excited for that. So back to our video. So there's a lot of practices and tips and shadow work that you could do, and wisdom on how to regain your sexual power again, and the inner priestess in all of us. And in that book and in the online initiation as well, you're going to find your own way. It's programmed in a way that you will find your own. It's meant, how should I explain, to empower you, each and every individual woman, to find her womb-niverse, to express her own individual, unique way in this world. So reason number 3, emotional disconnect. So emotional intimacy plays a huge role in sexual satisfaction. If there is an emotional disconnect between you and your partner, or as we discussed before, between you and a part and another part of yourself, because we have many different parts within us, within our psyche, a part that may hide deep in your subconsciousness, it can affect your physical connection. Building emotional closeness through true quality time, actual intimacy, deep conversation, and mutual support can greatly enhance your sexual experiences. Again, for both men and women. Men also need that deep emotional connection. And if they don't have it, they think that they're having great sex, even if they're having sex with multiple women at a time. But they only realize the great sex that they can have when they're fully invested energetically and emotion, especially for men, it's emotionally in a woman, in her womb-niverse. That's kind of the key that no one talks about, is because it's only when a man is truly connected to a womb space of a woman, then he can fully be all that he is here to be. It's magnificent to watch. It's very rare these days, but it's magnificent to watch. So being vulnerable and showing all that you are to yourself and to your partner can build a strong connection and lead to a more satisfying time in bed, because your beloved wants the fullness of you. If they pull back from you being truly vulnerable, perhaps that is not the partner for you. And you will know sooner. It's better that you know sooner, to allow you to make a more self-loving choice. Now, let's go to reason number 4. Stress and anxiety. That is a huge one. So, especially for women. Again, stress and anxiety can wreak havoc on your sex life. When you're stressed, your body produces cortisol, which can lower your libido, my accent, and interferes with sexual arousal and performance, both for men and women. Prolonged stress can also lead to emotional disconnection and decreased intimacy with your partner. Again, like we spoke before, further impacting your sexual relationship and the pleasure of sexuality. Finding ways to manage stress is crucial for improving your sexual health and enjoyment. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing techniques are wonderful, and you can find them, there's so many of them on YouTube these days for free. You can kind of like a guided breathing session. Many wonderful people do that today. Progressive muscle relaxation or guided imagery can help calm the mind and the body. Now, regular physical exercise is another effective way to reduce stress, of course, as it releases endorphins, improves the mood, and enhances overall well-being. Incorporating mindfulness practices such as meditation, dance, or yoga can also be very beneficial, as well as offering your partner a relaxing or sensual massage or body work. You can watch my videos. I'm going to link them down below. I have 2 videos old ones about penis massage and pussy massage. And and you can also watch my videos about, I will link all these videos below, basically. And you can practice and begin to get to know your partner's body more intimately. Because when we do body work on our partner, on our beloved, the most important thing is to listen to their body. Not listen to your ego or your mind or try to impress, with your techniques or anything like that. It's listening and being very present with your partner's body, not their mind, not their heart even. Listening to what their body needs. Does the ankle need to be touched right now? Does the tip of the finger need to be touched right now? Do they need to be petted on their head? Listening to the body and being fully present. That's the most important thing. to really help relax and help release and show your partner with your body that they have a safe space to fully relax and be themselves. So these practices help you stay present, reduce anxiety, and foster a deeper connection with your body and your partner's body. So additionally, maintaining a healthy work-life balance, getting adequate sleep, and seeking professional support when needed are essential steps in managing stress and promoting sexual health. So by actively addressing and managing stress, you create a more relaxed and open state of mind and body, which can lead to improved sexual desire, performance, and satisfaction. Another thing that I always talk about is diet and what you're eating. And I don't think that science has proven it yet, but it will. Science has always been proving in the past what witches and people with spiritual sight saw in the past, and then it took many years for science to actually prove it. In the meantime, people thought that these people are crazy. So I know that science is going to prove that eating animals, consuming the flesh, the dead flesh and blood of tortured, scared, sentient beings, first of all, it is the most black magic ritual we can do, and it's not conducive to a sacred sexual union. But also, it doesn't help the stress levels of the body, because again, you are what you eat, and when we are consuming low vibrational foods, our vibration is lowered, and so it really affects. When you are consuming fear, you become fear, and you are experiencing fear a lot stronger. So I will talk about this in other videos as well that I'm going to do I also spoke about it in my erectile dysfunction video. Diet is so important, especially these days, to pay attention to when it comes to all our health, but when it comes to sexual health as well. It really affects the libido and the sexual health of men, and both men and women, especially for men, actually. Erectile dysfunction has really become a pandemic today, also with very young men, which is very sad. So let's move on to reason number 5. Physical health issues. Moves us to physical health issues, and health problems such as hormonal imbalances, chronic pain, or fatigue can affect your sexual performance and enjoyment. It's important to address any health concerns with a medical professional, of course, and find ways to maintain a healthy lifestyle that supports your sexual well-being. I always speak of a healthy plant-based diet, like I just mentioned, and to avoid toxins, poisons in food, and other sources, which I cannot name here on YouTube because my video will be deleted. Find people who are older, healthy, and strong to learn from. So this is one tip, because I love following. If I'm going to follow anyone on social media, I'm going to follow someone who is older, in her 60s or 70s, and looks amazing and super healthy and super fit, because that's what I want to be when I'm in that age. I want to be that healthy. So I will follow a woman who is eating a raw plant-based diet. He's like fit, like most of the 20-year-olds that I've seen. So find a role model for your health and how you would like to live this life. See what they do to help, and this is something I'm just going to blur it out, but my best lovers have been people who have not don't eat meat. And there is a reason for that. There is an energetic reason, and there is a physical reason. Mostly, for me specifically, it's mostly energetic. Although a lot of men who I also work with that consume meat these days, and animals, and especially dairy products, they are suffering immensely from their libido, and they suffer from erectile dysfunction, and as well they cannot heal a lot of their inner mother wounds, because the dairy is also connected to the mother wound, which I've been planning to do a video on this for 2 years. It's such a sad topic for me that I keep postponing it, but I promise I will do, because it's a very, very heavy topic. But it's all connected. It's all really connected. And the men who I noticed that the men who are consuming a lot of dairy products, they are so emotionally, I don't want to say sick, because that's not the right word, but their emotional state is so lowered, and it's so wounded, and it's almost like there's no hope to heal that. because again, they keep feeding that mother wound, which is connected to dairy. And I'll do a video and then I will explain, but just so you'll know right now, I mean, what is dairy? A dairy is you take a feminine creature, you constantly rape her, take away her baby, and then you have that rip between a baby and a mother. And it is just a horrific, energetic wound that people consume physically to their bodies, not understanding how it's affecting them. And when a man cannot heal his own mother wound, and not only cannot heal it, but keeps adding onto that wound and onto that trauma, then his disconnect from women is going to be a lot bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, this is a really long conversation. I just wanted to mention here. So again, so I love to listen and learn from, for example, vegan bodybuilders, which are much older people as well, who look 30 years younger and are healthier than most, and to truly pay attention to everything I allow into my vessel, because this body is a vessel of light. And I know that as a sex priestess, even when I am not having sex, I am having sex constantly, as you can read in my Sex Priestess manual book. So I'm constantly transmuting energies with the cosmos. That's my job. So my body needs to remain pure at all times. And by the way, even if you're not feeling connected to being a sex priestess, it doesn't matter. You have a sex priestess inside of you if you're a woman, and you are transmuting energies all the time. It's your natural state. So this is why your vessel has to be pure, has to be clean all the time. Another issue, particularly for men, is the impact of pornography, which again can lead to erectile dysfunction and mental health issues, a lot of mental health issues. And they can be so subtle that, you know, a doctor won't even understand it's a mental health issue, but porn is just one of the biggest sickness of our society. So erectile dysfunction is a real threat to men's health these days, and even very young men suffer from it. The good news is that it is curable. It is crucial for men to live in their full power and divinity, as well as their sexual potential. I got a lot of young men coming to me, constantly younger and younger, asking me for help to help them with their erectile dysfunction. But the problem is most men are not willing to commit to the actual initiation. And they're like, oh, okay, I just wanted a quick fix. There is no quick fix. It's either you fully commit to being in your divine masculine power or nothing at all. At least with me, I don't work with people who are not fully committed to be in their power. I don't do that. I mean, yeah. So, because again, the divine masculine is one of his greatest gifts to the world, is that commitment, is the pure, powerful, focused commitment. So I literally cannot help someone if they're not ready to commit to the process. I have a great video that delves deep into the erectile dysfunction. Like I said, I'm going to post it down below, and also the effects of pornography. This video can help you explore these physical issues and find solutions. Please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue making these videos and share the work of the temple. And may the goddess bless you all.